Morning, y'all. That is a Lego policeman. Right, it's Tuesday. Do we have a question of the day? Didn't have one yesterday, did we? Question of the day for today. What's been the best golf club you've bought this year? Is it a putter, a wedge, a driver, a set of irons? What has it been? Post in that comment section down below. Let me know what it is. Hit the thumbs up button while you're down there if you like the daily vlogs. Also, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button if you don't subscribe already. Just notifies you when videos go up. There's a little bell icon as well. You can hit that and then you'll get the notifications every time I post a video. So today we're going to do another swing. This guy is going to come up here actually, left-handed swing, struggles from slicing. Let's see if we can straighten him out, give him some tips, some ideas that help him and maybe hopefully help you a little bit as well. DJ Aller in the house. Should we have a bit of Sam Fender? All the dead boys in my hometown. So let's take a look at today's swing. Look, we've got to sort out the relationship between club face. So club face moving back. It's slightly in the shade here, but it's turning slightly down to the ground. Top of the backswing, you've got it turning slightly up to the face. All these things are going to kind of encourage people to start the ball left, or if path's in the right place, start it right. Get it curving back to, so let's do that again, because he's a left-hander. So let's encourage him to draw it, basically. So for him, start it left, curving it back. But look what happens as he starts down. Wrist angles break down massively. So when he starts down, coming into the ball, we now see the club face at this angle. Look at the contradiction in those two, back to down. We've got to get a grip of the wrist angles on the way down, get control of your club face. That will sort out your path directions and in turn completely change the shape shots you are hitting. From the cuts, so right to left for you, left to right for most people watching who's right-handed, and get you hopefully hitting some straighter shots, less cut, or even learn how to turn it the other way if you want to play it that way. So first idea is we need to give you some understanding, some real understanding that you can just kind of sit, digest, play with at home, think about when it comes to club face control. So when you take your club back, you have it slightly turned down to the ground. Absolutely fine. When you get up to the top of your backswing, you have it slightly turned up to the sky. Like I said earlier, these are relatively strong positions, often related more to drawing the ball than slicing. But as you come down into impact, we see the face as it's coming down in, say, its last parallel here, so club parallel to the ground, the last one before it hits the ball. We've got the face turned up to the sky. And the issue with this, if I turn the face this, look what's happening to the face. The face has got now more loft and pointing out to the right. So this is going to encourage you to get a path going left. Left path of this face is what's creating that curvature. You're going to find the stronger golfers, the stronger hitters generally, last parallel coming in to hit the ball, they're going to be at least pointing this grey stick on my face straight out in front of them. Often, more cases than not, they're slightly turning it down to the ground. If I turn and face this, look what it's promoting. More handle lean, more of a kind of de-lofted iron shot. You could still add loft here as well if you let go of a few angles at the bottom. If anything, it's going to promote a face to be more left of a path. Any faces delivered left of whatever path you deliver on will create a draw. The next question is about pushing that path out to the right. So things you need to be thinking about is where that face is at different points during your swing. The more aware of it you are, the easier it is to actually try and correct it. Let me show you. Right, so first idea, I want you to use one of these, a hammer. I've said it before and I'll say it again lots. The more you can do these kind of ideas, what I'm going to give you now, kind of every day, around the house, around your office, when you can't always get to a range, I think you make more progress on these kind of understanding changes off course, off range, than you actually do on the range. I'm going to pretend I'm hammering a nail in to this stool, right on the edge of this stool down here, and I want to hit that nail pretty much square on to get as much force of it through that nail as possible. So if I go into your last parallel with the hammer, so imagine you're doing a golf swing, get your hip shoulders still turning, and I turn the front, the hammery bit of the hammer, that's the technical term for it, into last parallel and turn it up to the sky slightly, which is where your club face is, and then turn. I'm hitting with a hammer that's pointing to the right, more in the air and to the right. So more lofted and more right. So from this last parallel, I need to start really working wrist very fast to turn that back. or I need to start almost leaning back, turning hips more, trying to get this hammer to pass more left and out in front of me to get the square on strike. Now, if we do the same, get that hammer turning slightly down to the ground, see the angle it's at now, it's just fractionally down to the ground. That feels from there that I can just literally turn into the back of that chair and nail that hammer into our lovely breakfast bar stools that I won't be hammering anything into if anyone's watching this. So just getting the feel of understanding of the way as you come down, you're going to use your wrists. So feel like I've done it before, revving your wrist, turning them this way to turn that hammer slightly down to the ground in last parallel to then turn through. Makes a massive difference in how you then go and hit your next shots in practice or out on the course. That understanding, that awareness of where you need to be trying to get that face, the change, the shape of shot, the shape of strikes, the curvature that you put on that golf shot. I'm going to put this away now.
Ryan Little.
Next idea, just take a lofted club. I've got a 56-degree wedge here, and you're just going to hit a few chip shots. Again, hopefully you can do this in the garden. You get some plastic balls, you can even do it indoors. Just to give you an idea of where the ball goes when you use a twist I want you to put in, so that revving with your wrists, trying to turn that club more down to the ground, feeling on the downswing, opposed to your club face to the sky at last parallel downswing. First, I'm going to hit a chip shot. I'm going to hit one to start where I've got the face turned this way, your way up to the sky, and make no adjustments for it, just hit it. Second one, I'm going to hit it with turn to the ground. Again, make no adjustments. I'm just going to hit the ball, just kind of chipping it anywhere in this area. Now forget strike for this, because this is not easy to do. So I'm going to go club face turn to the sky, last parallel, just hit. So you can see where that ball's gone, it's popped up in the air and out to the right. Second one, I'm going to just turn the face slightly down to the ground, just turn and hit. You see that one's gone in lower and it's actually missed left of that hole. Same way again, so turn to the sky, chip, pops up out to the right, adding loft, face more open to a path. Turn it down to the ground, just turn. Got that one slightly thin, but see how much lower and left it went. If I can get a proper strike on that. Again, see it's coming in to the left and much lower. Just hitting loads of small shots like this, feeling where one way moves the ball, the flight, and where another twist moves the ball in a flight. You could then also try and put that movement into an action, so kind of into a swing rather than just starting from that position, and seeing if you can manipulate height, start direction. Then why would you only do it with a wedge? You can do that with a driver, you can do that with a 7-iron, you can do that with any club. It's such a good drill for getting people awareness of the face. So having awareness of where the face is at different parts of your swing, and hopefully nearly throughout all of your swing, is often the biggest denominator of what makes a good player to what makes an average or a worse, higher handicapper. It's such a common theme. So I can give any good player kind of skill to try and hit a low draw, and they'll move their face in that way. Even if they can't articulate it, they know where their face is to get those flights. Rather than getting those perfect hit positions, understanding how to manipulate face, both sides, high pop right, low hooks left, and then somewhere in the middle, is a far bigger skill to practice. Post comments down below, let me know if any of those tips, drills help you. Let me know if you kind of understand what I'm saying. Really, you know, lots of good players I know would know exactly where the club face is at any point as it swings around their body. They would know how they're twisting loft on it, taking loft off it. They would have some ideas if it was closed or open to a face. Obviously the skill is then controlling that face kind of, you know, in minuscule amounts. That's the real skill, which is why you still see obviously good players hit the ball off the line. But you're gonna see that their awareness of which way to move it, if given a task, is often much greater from someone who's just struggling from a slice. And with all the students I've had in my years of coaching, you arm them with the awareness of where that face, or how that face can be twisted to manipulate ball flight. It's now then a game of them trying to fine tune that, rather than standing on a range and having no idea why they're hitting the shots that they're hitting. And that's often one of the most frustrating parts about this game. Why am I hitting that shot? Those kind of ideas. I've got something for you. I can't remember where I've put it. A Bushnell Phantom. Who wants to win one of these? We reviewed these recently and I was like so impressed with this. So here's my one. My one's got a little Ryder Cup logo on it. I'm presuming, yeah, this one might have as well. I'm not going to open it because I don't want to ruin it, but this one might have the little Ryder Cup logo on it as well. Makes it extra cool. There it is, look. If you want to win one of these, all you got to do is subscribe to the channel. If you subscribe, one of my subscribers is going to win one of these. Thanks to Bushnell Golf. They gave me these at the Ryder Cup, and I thought, well, I'm going to give them to you if you subscribe. Clips little magnet, clips onto your buggy. We put it on. It's fantastic. It comes with a little clip as well. You can clip it on you or on your bag or whatever. GPS, yardage, finder thing. It's fantastic. Any one of my subscribers, you could be the first subscriber ever to the channel or the last one. One of my subscribers, I'll go through there. You'll get a message. Probably Monday. We'll choose the winner, shall we? If I remember. Who wants to win one of these? Down there. Good little prize, that, isn't it? See you all tomorrow.